Hey guys, it's Sarah Joy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about some advice that I wish I would have had 2 years ago. So it was about 2 years ago that I decided to start what I would call a small business. I have a blog and I decided to start a shop to go along with it. And if you've ever started something like a blog or a shop or your own business or your own venture, you know, you kind of just have to learn along the way and you don't know everything up front. But if I would have known these few tips, it would have helped me a lot. So I want to share some things that I have learned over the years, and whether you have your own business or you have your own blog, you have your own platform, or you're a friend of someone who does, these things will help both of you guys be set up for success. Okay, so I want to jump into the number one pain point I think that anybody would feel, and then we'll go on from there. But the number one thing is sales. So if you're trying to sell anything, the most discouraging thing is when it doesn't sell. And a lot of times if you start out and you're just promoting whatever you're selling, whether it's something that you make or a service that you do, it's really discouraging when people don't buy it. And a lot of times the feedback that you'll hear from your friends is, I love it, that's so awesome, I can't wait to get one. And then you just never get the sale. So you almost start wondering, like, are people being genuine with me? Do they really mean it? Or is everybody being a hypocrite? Do they really mean it when they say they like my stuff? And you start second guessing yourself and all this stuff. I just want to say, give them the benefit of the doubt. I've learned over the years that people really do mean it when they say, wow, you're so creative. Wow, I love your stuff. Wow, I would love to buy it. They do intend to buy it one day, but time goes by so fast and they don't realize that they haven't made that purchase yet. Whether they mean to or not, they'll take you for granted because they feel like you'll always be there. So I know a friend that sells these awesome hair clips, or I know a friend that's an awesome photographer and I want her to come and take headshots of me, or I know a friend that sells these really cute things and whenever I need her or him, they'll be there. And they don't have that same sense of urgency as a stranger who happens upon your stuff online and feels that sense of urgency to make the purchase right away. And you can probably personalize this for yourself. If you've been searching online and you find something, you have a sense of urgency whenever you don't have any connection to this person. I found this, so cool, this would be a perfect gift, let me buy it right now. Whereas if you know somebody who does this, you think, hey, whenever I need it, I'll be able to reach out to them and get it. So the person who's selling it is kind of in limbo to all their friends because they're all taking them for granted, thinking that they'll always be there. Whereas if you start marketing and pivoting towards people who don't necessarily know you or follow your channel or have a relationship with you, they will have a much faster sense of urgency to make a purchase or to take you up on your services. So things that you can do to not just target the people you're already friends with on Instagram or Facebook is move into marketing to people that you don't necessarily know. So if you want to invest in Facebook or Instagram ads, if you want to move over to Pinterest to be able to promote your ideas to a wider audience and get them seen, or if you want to move the physical or tangible items that you sell, not just offering them on your own private website, but also on a platform that will give you more traffic and exposure, such as Etsy or something of the like. Those things can help you market to strangers and get you to get those quicker sales that you want. The second thing I want to talk about is marketing. If you have not made the sales and you're the small business owner, you might feel discouraged. And when you're discouraged, it's hard to keep showing up and putting your content out there because you're not necessarily having a pity party for yourself, but you're just not excited about it because other people aren't excited about it. And that's a natural state to be in. But you just have to remember that it takes people repetition in order for them to remember it in time or to remember to go back and make that purchase. You'll see a lot of times when you're just shopping online, there are cart reminders and they'll send you emails, hey, you left this thing in your cart, because they're trying to bring it back to your remembrance enough times for you to make that purchase. The same thing works with commercials. I mean, you have this repetition over and over, and then it's in the back of your head reminding you that you actually want this product when you didn't even know you did. People will have to see your item over and over and over before they remember it. So if you are the small business owner or if you are the blogger, keep posting your content because it's going to take repetition and repetition. It might take a few placeholder blogs along the way before people remember to keep showing up and engaging with your content, or remember to go back to your page whenever they have something that they need to buy as a gift, or remember to go back to your page whenever they're looking for something unique to make that purchase with you. So keep showing up even when it's not fun, or even when you feel like you're not getting those sales, so it's not as exciting. If you're on the friend side of this, remember to ask your creator friends where their content is. And don't do it in a way of like, hey, I haven't seen you post in a while, but hey, I love your content so much. Let me know when you're sharing again, because I would love to be involved in that process and share it with my friends, because it's so awesome whenever you post. Just hearing any kind of feedback sometimes is enough for someone to keep going, and it really helps them along the way. So if you're on either side of this, if you're the friend or if you're the business owner, just remember to keep showing up and putting your content out there. The third thing that I need to talk about is engagement, and it kind of goes along with marketing as well, but engagement is getting the algorithm of whatever platform you're on to like you. And so I want to teach both sides of the party some tips about engagement, because it can really help you. So first of all, if you are the small business owner, in order for people to see your content or to see your posts or to see the stuff that you have spent time creating, you need the algorithm to be on your side. And so some things, I know they change. You know, Instagram will change their algorithm pretty often, Facebook changes theirs, and so you kind of have to relearn. But right now, here are some tips that can help you to grow on these platforms. So first of all, the way that Facebook goes is if you don't get likes on your item, it will start disappearing from people's feeds. So if you have a business page and it's not getting engagement, as in likes and comments every time that you post, it will slowly start disappearing from everybody else's feeds. So if Facebook is one of the main ways that you reach out to your audience, you might notice that it's always the same people that like your posts, and that's because they're the only people who are seeing it. So being able to do something to kind of break the ice and get more people to come and comment and engage is something like a giveaway or something like a poll or a contest, so that people come, like, engage, comment, and it gets more people to like interact with your content, and then it kind of changed the algorithm to, hey, let me see if they want to engage again with your next post. So you kind of have to do something to break the ice. If you're only getting the same people liking your content over and over, then those are the only people who are really seeing it. So you need to do something to kind of shake things up. Another thing with Instagram that you've probably noticed is the people who you like to see the most show up first in your feed. So they'll show up first in your stories, they'll show up first whenever you open the page, because those are the people who you always click on first, you always finish their stories, you always are liking their posts. So Instagram wants to give you the content that you like. So the same concept goes for Instagram. If you're not showing up in people's feeds right now, you need to retrain it in order to start showing up. So one way that you can retrain Instagram is if you've been posting irregularly, you post once a week, or you post once every other week, or you post in the middle of the night and then in the middle of the day. You need to start posting at regular times throughout the week, just systematically showing up, putting content on your feed. And if you don't have a post to put on your feed, then show up in your stories, because those go a long way. Also, actually messaging people back whenever they respond to your stories, even though that's not an analytic that other people can see on the outside, Instagram still sees that as engagement. So if you're DMing back and forth, or if you're just responding in a couple words to people whenever they respond to your stories, those things can go a long way as well. So if you're on the other side of this conversation and you're a friend and you know somebody who's trying to put their products out there, or you know somebody who's trying to put their content out there, your engagement with them can make the biggest difference in their content being seen and being engaged with. So you can actually make such a difference even without putting any dollars into the mix. So let me give you a few examples of things that you can do to engage with content and help train the algorithms to favor your friend. So the first thing, so easy, is to just like. So anytime that you see something in their feed, just try to seek it out and like it. Sometimes if their stuff is not showing up for you, on Instagram, I know that there is a notification setting that you can turn on. So whenever they add to their story or when they add to their feed, it will actually give you a little notification so that you can go and engage with it. So if you realize that you're not seeing this person's content showing up in your feed anymore, you can turn that on. The same thing goes with YouTube. If you hit the notification bell whenever you're following or subscribed to somebody on YouTube, if you hit the notification bell, it will give you a notification every time that they post new content so that you can actively help in liking and commenting and engaging with their post. The second thing is commenting. I know for a fact on Instagram, if you comment more than 4 words and then they comment more than 4 words back, then that counts as actual engagement. So if you just comment like a smiley face and a heart, that's really easy to do, but that doesn't quite count as engagement. But wow, I love this so much, exclamation point, that counts as engagement. So if you are a friend, commenting more than 4 words on people's posts can go a long way. If you are a content creator, commenting more than 4 words back goes a long way. So, hey Sally, thank you so much. Like, that goes a long way as well. So whenever a lot of people are commenting more than 4 words on people's posts, then that counts as engagement. They're like, wow, people really are resonating with this. More people want to see it, and it can help that post go higher in people's feeds. 2 other things that you can do that aren't necessarily seen by everyone. If you're using the share button or the forward button on Instagram, those things help as well. You might be using it to put it in your own story, or you might be just sending it to a friend. But the more those numbers go up, the higher the post gets seen. The same thing goes, surprisingly, with the share button. So even if you're just saving people's posts to a collection that you have on Instagram, those things have a huge impact. Obviously on Pinterest, it just takes 1 pin to be seen by a lot of people, and a lot of people reshare it. So even if you're on Pinterest, just repinning something to a board can go a long way as well. Okay, the last thing that I want to talk about is if you have gone the extra mile for one of your friends and used their services or bought their product or read their blog or done something to be really engaged in their process, post about it yourself. If you are a content creator, there's only so many different ways that you can stage a product or talk about your blog or try to get people over to your platform. But if somebody else does it, that is content that you can't make yourself. You can't see somebody else using your item, or you can't see somebody else putting your blog into their own words, or somebody else saying, hey, this helped me so much, or somebody else saying, wow, look at my cute new mug that I'm enjoying my coffee with. So if you have purchased something from somebody else, especially if it's a small business, post about it on your feed, because then they can use those pictures and that content, and that creates a lot better of a stir than them just trying to post everything themselves. That shows that their product is credible, that other people use it, that other people enjoy it, and that's free content that they don't have to work so hard to create themselves. And just remember, whenever you're sharing something, even if you're just sharing their post to your story or their blog to your story or their favorite item that they come out with, and you're sharing that to your story, you're putting that to your group of friends, which is different than their group of followers. So you're also helping them with content and exposure to people that they would have had to work really hard to get. And a lot of times, even if you can't make a purchase right away, sometimes you might feel like an imposter friend for sharing their products when you know you haven't had the money to go buy something from them right now. Trust me, Don't feel like an imposter. Still share if you do like it, because a lot of times your friends will go buy from them and they'll make a bigger sale off of your friends than they would if you were just able to help them out and buy one thing from them and then never share about it. So your feedback and your influence with your friends goes a long way for these content creators as well. If you have a friend or someone you know who's trying to get into small business or trying to get into blogging, trying to get into YouTubing, or if you're on the other side of it and it's your platform that you're trying to promote, just keep these things in mind. I hope they help you. Don't get discouraged along the way. Just keep sharing to your platform. People don't mean to stand you up. They just forget about your content. So keep showing up, keep doing things to engage new people. And if you're that friend, keep liking, commenting, subscribing. I know that it gets repetitive for people, especially on YouTube, to keep saying like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, but really they're desperate to get the algorithm to like them. So if you can do those things without being asked, you're an amazing friend and everybody will be really grateful for you. Okay guys, I hope you learned something from this video today. I hope it helps you and empowers you, whether you're a small business owner or a friend of one, to be able to keep showing up, keep putting out great content and reaching new people. I'll be back next week with a brand new video. I'll be taking you behind the scenes as I work on the launch of my holiday shop that is coming out next week. So you don't want to miss it. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
What a wonderful world.